I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side.
I see you on the other side. What's love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other side.
Rest in peace to the real ones. Rest in peace to the real ones. Tap the top and I spill, son. So it's gonna be love, you know the deal, son. Rest in peace to the real ones. Rest in peace to the real ones. Tap the top and I spill some. So it's gonna be love, you know the deal, son. Young niggas love to say that's an old nigga. But if you make it to that age, you a cold nigga. Don't forsake all the wisdom you can hold, nigga. Long life and longevity's the goal, nigga. Yeah, I made it through my 30s, we could top that shit. That's why I'm grateful every day, life could stop that quick. Imagine if Big and Tupac could pop that shit. Tell Dirk and Young Boy they need to stop that shit. This our culture, right? We ain't supposed to fight. I lost a lot of real ones, I took the ghost at night. Rest in peace, X, Nip, and Young Dolph. Tears when I record, but there ain't no love lost, of course.
I see you on the other side. What's love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other side.
Everything that I say, real as Mac Dre. Every day I go hard as Hollywood play. Treat the whole world like it's downtown Brooklyn. Reppin' for my niggas that passed and got tooken. Got a few situations still bothering me. From the days I used to rob, I be out on the spree. My man YB said nobody hotter than me. Put the street shit aside, you a problem to be. That was a problem for me. Nigga, I been a G. I'm about to stake out the plug and go plot on the key. He got killed in a robbery. And this year his only son got his college degree. Question why I go hard, cause Lord, I'm so scarred. On the day I heard he passed, I bawled and wrote bars. That's why snow in New York is so priceless to me. My man throwing down ice for the nicest MC, YB.
I see you on the other side. What's love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other side. I see you on the other side. What's love if it's
Let me know when we set.
by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other side. I see you on the other side.
Peace, 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 peace.
Love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll
Peace,
see you
peace,
on the other
peace.
side.
What up, y'all? As a lot of you probably already know, we lost a battle rap legend, somebody that was a staple in the culture, somebody who represented Canada, represented hip hop, represented battle rap. A great guy. He was one of the few that, you know, when I was going through whatever I was going through, he was always calling to check up on me. A great dad, you know, like, and an amazing lyricist. And I felt like it was real important for just all of us to chime in, to just, you know, show support towards his family. You know, shout out to Melissa, shout out to Laura. It's a tough moment for all of us. But for me, I feel like in these moments, this is where the community is supposed to stand together and kind of like, you know, give back to somebody who gave us so much. If you're a fan of Pat Stay, if you watched his videos, if you watched his battles, if you watched Unreasonable Rob, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you tuned into that stuff and you got something from that, I'm encouraging everyone to click the link to his GoFundMe and donate whatever you can. Whatever you can. You know, just to make sure that, you know, his family is all set, because when you lose a father, you lose a husband, it's a tough thing. So we want to show our support as a culture. As a culture, if you call yourself a fan, support comes along with that. I got two Adams in the building. R.I.P. Ron, what up? What's going on, y'all?
Yo.
What's good? What's good?
Bro, thank you. Dude,
You
thank
know,
you for putting this together, dude. I appreciate you doing this.
I felt this is something I would want people to do for me if you know, unfortunately, if, you know, anything was ever happened to me. I would want people to look out for my family. I would want people to cherish my memory. And I just feel like, you know, that's something Pat always showed love. So why not? You know?
I think one
Not
of the,
definitely. And Ron, I'm gonna take a back seat to you from now on. I'll chime in after you, homie. You know what I'm saying?
no, I appreciate it. I think that one of the major things that we've like all experienced over the last couple of days is the reach of Pat's Day. And I think that like people knew how big it was, but they didn't, I don't think everybody expected it to hit as hard as it did for everybody. I think people who knew Pat really well, I think it hit them really hard, but I think people who never met Pat, it hit them equally hard. There were people who were crying, shedding tears about a person that they never met because his persona, his presence was larger than life. It was bigger than the screen where his battles were playing on. You felt like you could touch him. And the best news about that is it was real outside of all that. The one that you saw on the camera was the exact same. There was no switch. There was no turning on or anything like that. It was the same person you would see talking to a stranger on the street, a cab driver driving him around, a waiter or waitress, the same way that he would talk to somebody in the ring, the same way he'd talk to a celebrity, to Drake, to Eminem, who shouted him out, is the same way that he would talk to like a dude who was maybe homeless or going through something or had a problem going on. Like he was the same person throughout. And like, that's the best news.
Yeah. Pat was something special, man. But I know you guys interacted a lot more than we did. We had our moments, but you guys had a lot going on.
Dude, it was so funny the way that like Pat and I like had this like he likes to kind of like challenge masculinity. He's such like a manly man, but he do shit sometimes that was just like kind of pause worthy, dude. It was
like
that was.
What do you mean, kind of? I'm taking
kinda.
the back seat for now, but what do you mean, kind of?
Dude, it like the press conference that where he was just saying the most pause-worthy shit, and it's like literally like the best lyricists, the best battle rappers, some dudes who like take their craft really serious. He had them doubling over laughing just because like as interjections, he had like the stupidest, funniest wordplay, and just like he just knew how to make anybody laugh. He had like a different part of his brain working when it like came to connecting with other human beings. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And we did a compliment battle with each other, which like he and I have both like, you know, said is like some of the stuff that we're most proud of creatively that he and I did. It was like on the Halifax Harbor waterfront with 3,000 people out front who had never seen a rap battle before. And it was just like the incredible vibes. It was like, it didn't feel like being on earth. Like it was just being able to go against him, being able to have him, even invite me to do that was like, it's such a deep honor because you know how important he is to his community. Like Halifax, Dartmouth, all of Nova Scotia loved him. All of Canada loved him. He's the apex battler of all time in Canada. #1 most viewed. There will never be another person like Pat Stay. There's no one who's achieved the things that he's done, the way he's gone from league to league, jumping from RBE, King of the Dot, URL. He'll battle anywhere. He came and did the compliment stuff. He was doing stuff behind the scenes. He makes incredible music. He was respected by everybody, comedians and the hardest rappers out. Like his list of accolades is insane.
Is insane. And he had his style was like a bulletproof vest. You know what I mean? Like Pat say some shit that you would try to diss him for, like, and he'd just make it funny. Like, so what? When I got a call, I say about 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, to battle in Canada. And I already knew who they were trying to line me up with. I was like, I know it. It's Pat Stay. I know they're trying to put me up against Pat. Two tall guys, you know what I mean? People up there, you know what I mean? And
Charismatic. What had you seen of him at that point? Had you seen any of his battles? What did you know about him?
I saw the Head Ice back. Oh yeah, I know, no. Pat Stay, I saw when he battled his homeboy. I forget his Hollahan.
Right.
I saw that. I saw battles before that when you guys were when they were battling outside in the park and shit. You know what I mean? I saw him when he battled Head Ice. And I was like, okay, all right. He's a funny guy. I'm gonna go in there joking, and then I'm gonna get our rounds were almost like reversed. Because I started off joking, and he came with like the hardest bars ever. And I was like, oh, and then the second round, you know, he kind of lightened up. And by the third round, which had never been done, had never been done up until that point, he played the race card on me and had a whole scheme of I'm on my white boy shit. And I'm like, I'm in Canada. We surrounded the white boys. They're loving this shit. And I'm standing there like, damn, I can't believe he's using the race card.
It was crazy. The charisma that he had in Canada, like being inside of that room, because I was there for the Hollahan battle, and like there was a club. Yeah. He had command, like, and he enjoyed doing it. And he would do it against you to be like, yeah, you like that? You like how I can do that? You like how I have the whole crowd in the palm of my hand? And so Club XS, the way it was set up, it was like, it would be a club where you were in the middle of the club, and then there's a pit around you, and then a stage, and then people on top of the stage. So it felt like you're in a gladiator arena, and he had everybody in the palm of his hand every single time. And the charisma, the control that he had within the ring was so impressive, because he didn't really like write down his bars. Obviously, he formatted his bars, but it was all contained within his head. So it's like he was one of those guys, and I'm sure there's like a list of names that you know who will really wait until the last minute to prepare their stuff.
Yeah,
so he'd be going through it on the ride over and like trying to figure it out, and he would look like he didn't have it, or he was maybe nervous about it, and then he get in there and it was just like Sinatra, dude. He just had complete composure, and no one would have known that he was stressing about creating these complex rhyme schemes.
When he battled Arsenal for the second time, I was on the card to battle Thesaurus, and I think was Charlie on that card. There were two occasions then. There were two occasions where me, him, and Charlie were like, how many rounds you got? How many rounds you got? We're like, I got 1.5. And Pat set the bar like, I only got one. And the next day, you watch that battle between him and Arsenal, the second one, impeccable.
Yeah. You would have no idea that he was coming up with that. Like, because I'm not that type of person, and I have a deep respect for minds that are able to do that. I need my stuff formatted weeks and weeks out, because I'm meticulous in preparation. And even if I barely have it, like, I'm not going to have that composure. But he just naturally had that composure, like, out of the gate from the first time you saw him outside in the Elements League in Nova Scotia going against dudes. And it was just like not fair. It's like seeing an amateur boxer and these like lumpy ass dudes, these like weird shaped human beings like coming up to him, and he's clowning.
A lot of his earlier battles, he was just annihilating people.
Yeah. I think some of his early
we'll never see him again, you know, like crazy.
Yeah, they just ceased to exist. Like his early King of the Dot stuff, it was like he would, before he battled Hollahan, he was battling dudes like Bartone and I think like HFK and dudes who like looked a certain way, because like he knew that he could just deliver a beautiful performance clowning them. But then at some point he like abandoned that, and he's like, I need just the biggest names in the world. And he achieved that. And he did that on the King of the Dot side, battling like the Sauruses and the Ilmax and everything. But he would go after Head Ice. He would go after Math and Ars. And he would go and build through all these names. And he would build up to battles with Disaster and all these guys who were massive on one side. And then he would build up on the other side to the point where it's like he had mastered any art form, any stage, and he was never scared.
Never scared. Never scared. Never scared. Shout out to Pat. Rome, thank you. I'm gonna switch over to R.I.P. I know he got a lot of things to say too.
Yes, sir, dude. Appreciate you so much, dude. Please, donate to that GoFundMe. Donate to that GoFundMe. We have to drive that up. Like
It's tagged in the chat right now. Everybody that's watching, if you can donate to the GoFundMe, it's going to his family. You know,
it's the best way to help them. It's
Yeah.
the best way to support. It really is. I appreciate you doing this. Appreciate you having me on A.R.P. See you both soon, I hope.
Hey, Ron, salute, man. Salute, man. Good to see you.
Likewise.
A.R.P, I see you got something going on in the background.
You know, I had to get my backgrounds going. You know, I'm legendary for that. Got to get them background screens and all that playing. So I felt that it was only appropriate to put on Pat Stay versus Danny Myers up in the background, a RBE certified classic. I was scrolling down my timeline today, and shout out to Three Letter Man. He added me to a interview that Pat just did with Three Letter Man, like recently, like a week ago or something like that.
Right.
And he asked him about this battle. Pat says in the interview, this is his top 3 favorite performances. We
definitely got to play at least one round of it. At least one round. I remember the line like maybe all your opponents pull.
Yo, that's that right there is one of the dopest RBE haymakers ever. And to hear that this is his top 3 favorite battles, I saw that today and I was just like, yo, the honor that I have in that. It's like such an honor. But the bar that you're talking about, I did a small RBE kind of tribute towards Pat Stay, you know, kind of remembering and giving him a rest in peace. Right. And one thing that I wanted to remind people of is that, yeah, we know him for the jokes. We all laugh with him. He does all the, like, Ron was being nice. Like, it's not he didn't do the subtle stuff. He was battling No Shame for a reason, or he was recently calling out J2 for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't subtle about it, but that was what was so dope about it. He did not have those phobias at all. He didn't have those phobias. But what I did in a recent video of mine was I wanted to remind people that he also did a lot of gems and a lot of messages in his rounds. Like his formula was like, I have a comedic approach, but I also have like a real talk round as well. Right. And in this battle here, that was one of his angles towards Danny, because, you know, it's kind of said behind the scenes that Danny has a bunch of children. You know what I'm saying? So that was set up of, he said, I heard you got an 11th coming. Figured he learned a lesson from it. Maybe all your opponents pulling out last minute would try to tell you so.
Oh my God. I was in the building for that.
Yeah. You were supposed to be on that card.
I was supposed to be on that card. But it's all good. Yo, he shook the building with that.
He shook that heck out of that building, man. And
I got a confession.
Say again.
I got a classic on your league, but my go-to on how to kill past friends for dummies was Pat versus Hollahan.
Interesting. That's a go-to. I go to a lot of classic Pat rounds or Pat battles, especially the ones that I've seen live. Right. Because y'all know me, I used to be every and anywhere when it comes to events. And I've said to people so many times, battle rap on camera, battle rap on YouTube, battle rap on pay-per-view or whatever, it's a great experience, but nothing tops in the building, the energy that it creates. Right. I saw Pat Stay live versus Hollow. I was there. Amazing. I was there live for him versus Calico. Energy.
Energy. There's a lot of energy.
Energy. And Pat and his people was energy. They were, you know what I'm saying? For the moments that people kind of go to in that battle, energy. It was there. It was like what battle rap thrives on. Like, we all like to get to that fine line, right? Let's call Matt versus Show off the bully battle and see if we can get them to the fine line, right? Yeah, you probably still hate me for that.
Yeah, I
do. But another one that I saw of Pat live was his title match versus Disaster. I'm literally on stage standing right behind Disaster during that battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to see that large of a moment, you know, title match and everything like that, and then somebody, you know, walk away with the belt, and then him take it at the end and walk out to the end of the stage and do his classic arm spread. You know, the classic Pat Stay arm spread, you know what I'm saying? This big guy. Like I didn't see those classic battles from him, man, and his aura, his presence is just it's just something for the times, man. It's something for the times.
Well, can we pull up your favorite round
From Pat?
Yeah.
Or do you mean on RBE or in general? Because I don't have a general
on RBE.
favorite now.
On RBE.
If you could play, I don't know if you got it queued up or anything like that, but I love
the wizard. He pull it up.
Okay, well, I love his second round versus Danny Myers, and I love his third round versus Ave Verb. And I got a story to talk about for his third round versus Ave Verb. When you're ready, you let me know.
All right, cool. Yeah, Space, can we pull up the second round versus Danny Myers?
Yeah.
What was the third round versus Ave Verb? Breaking girls' jaws.
Some of that was in there. Some of that is in there, but I got a different little story to talk about with that. But
yeah, yeah, that's right. Pat upset that whole situation.
We'll get there.
Wow. And he told me at that event, he was like, yo, I found out he was booked for Mook. I was like, oh no, nah, I'm gonna make this look bad. And he did.
Oh, you're not pulling it up right now? Because I'll talk about it now.
Yeah, let's pull that up. Bishop, I see you. Give me a second. We're gonna pull you, we're gonna get you in a second.
Take your time.
All right.
Big put up. My God.
The ends.
Marv
one in the building too. Marv. We're gonna watch this second round.
Marv, what up?
Pat Stay versus Danny Myers.
What's going on, legends?
What's going on, bro?
What's good, baby? Good to see you, man.
Likewise, good to be seen, brother.
Word. We definitely gonna get into the history. You know, Bishop Brigante being one of the pioneers of battle rap for Canada, and Marv One being one of the guys that went viral with Pat in his early stages. Like, yeah, we definitely got to dive into these stories, man. We definitely got to dive into these stories. Is it ready, Space? Give you a little bit. All right, cool.
All right, so yeah, so I'd tell you the little thing that I've been referring to about Pat. All right, so as we know, Pat really dominated, you know, the Canada scene, you know, the King of the Dot scene, and that entire landscape, which is still worldwide, but he was just dominating that field. So, you know, when RBE started to come up, you know, Pat Stay was somebody that we was always a fan of. Like I said, there was prior King of the Dot battles that I was at live to see him, like him versus Disaster, him versus Hollow, him versus Calico. I was there in the building for these battles. So we had the honor and the opportunity to do business with them and get them to New York, you know, and I don't necessarily agree with this. I've never been the guy that looked at battle rap and tried to segment out the vibes. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of is a constant with certain people where they try to say, like, you know, there's a scene that's catered towards more humor and, you know, lighthearted stuff or whatever. And then over here it's the street scene or whatever. Yeah. So people kind of painted, you know, Pat Stay coming to New York on RBE is like, oh, this is like a street arena he's going to be in now, Club Drum, Midtown Manhattan. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we get him there. And of course, you know, the vibe is very respectful towards him in the building. And everybody knows who he is. Everybody respects him. And he's battling Ave Verb. Now, me thinking that, you know, I'm Mr. Honor, like the good guy in me is always used against me, right? Like, I always get to show that the nice guys finish last. So when we were setting up that battle, you know, we locked in Pat Stay versus Ave Verb. And before that battle goes down, the RBE conversation begins with Mook.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
Space, can you keep it as me and ARP for right now?
I think the Zoom goes based on the voice that comes in. So that means daylight, be quiet. Yo, Day, what up, man?
Can you hear?
What's shaking, y'all?
What's
What up,
shaking?
what up?
Give me like 5 minutes. We gonna watch this round from Pat Stay versus Danny Myers, and then get into everything.
So
I appreciate
yeah, so
everybody for tuning in. If you are a supporter of battle rap, a supporter of the culture, or a supporter of me, I'm encouraging you to click the link tagged in the chat and donate to Pat Stay's family.
Donate to Pat Stay's family, 1000%. Click that GoFundMe, y'all. And once again, condolences to his friends and family. So yeah, after Pat Stay versus Ave Verb is locked in and we're moving towards the scheduling of that battle, the conversation with Mook starts, right? So then it's like, yo, Mook, are you ready to come back? And those negotiations start, that business gets situated. And one of the people that we approached Mook about is Ave Verb. There was 2 people that we really, really wanted to have as an option to murder Mook, Matt Hoffa and Ave Verb, 2 people that we heavily rock with. Right. So we ended up going towards Ave Verb for whatever reasons, right? Now, me thinking I'm being honorable, right? I get on the phone with Pat Stay and I'm like, look, man, I just want to let you know, Ave Verb's got Murder Mook coming up. You know what I'm saying? We just locked that in after you. Please keep that on the low.
Right.
This is a guy that's at times is considered the logo of battle rap. He's considered the Michael Jordan of battle rap, and he's been away from battle rap for 5 years.
Right.
Him returning is set to be the biggest thing happening that year, as it was.
Right.
So I'm on the phone with Pat. He's, I got you, man. Wow, thank you for letting me know. That's what's up. Yada, yada, yada. Boom, we get off the phone. In Mook's contract, we put that he has to do a guest appearance at Club Drum for that event, just to announce that he's coming back to battle rap on RBE so that the fans all believe that it's real. Right. You know, like Mook is back, yeah, right, just so he could show face. So he's in the building, sitting in VIP, watching this card, including Ave Verb versus Pat Stay.
Not to cut you off, but
yeah, I
see Pat that day, and I'm like, Pat, you ready for this? He was like, yo, I find out this motherfucker's got Mook. So what am I supposed to be, like, the build-up battle?
Yo. And what's so crazy is I told him like, this all happened after you and Verb was locked in.
Nah,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying? So
he didn't like it. He did not like that. Oh man. Did we lose P?
Am I here? Am I good now?
Yeah.
So there's rumors that Mook is returning. He's there in the building in VIP. He's set to take the stage and do an announcement that I am returning. That is true, but no opponent is to be announced, right? The pressure is on Ave Verb to perform. And that was a judged battle, by the way. It was a judged battle. So we get to the end of the 3rd round from Pat Stay, and he goes, I hear you got Mook next. And the whole crowd goes, oh. And I'm sitting there like, yo, I can't believe you're doing this. And then he kind of formulates the bar to take a shot at me. He's like, I guess our success is determined on who we have friendships with. And I'm just like, really?
Yeah, he was a feeling that.
Put you in private and put you on, like, made you a part of it and everything. I just sat there like, yo, he just really just broke the news. Like, this was not supposed to go out. The biggest announcement of the year, you know what I'm saying? And then he wins the judge battle.
Wins the judge battle.
That Ave Verb, he wins the judge battle. So now it looks bad that Ave Verb got Mook coming up.
Right.
And he's there, and it's all being co-signed. And I'm just like, oh my God, Pat. But I guess he wanted to take a stand for the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I can't be mad, but that's one of my funniest stories with Pat, man. I just couldn't believe he did that. It's hilarious.
Look, telling him that Ave Verb had Mook next probably made him really like, oh nah, you're not gonna make this the setup battle. Like, oh, he beats me, then he moves on to Mook. Nah.
Yeah. Now you artists do that. You battlers do that. Like I remember when we had Ilmac versus JC go down. Ilmac was telling me behind the scenes, his whole goal was to not, was for him to be the end of JC versus Lux talk.
Right.
It's like, you guys don't ever want to be looked at as a stepping stone.
Yeah, and no, who would want to be? No one.
Even though the person that set up the business calls you and says this battle was booked after yours, in all due respect, and you still get to the stage and expose the whole thing.
Because in all due respect, it should have been us. That's why.
I get it, but you know, that's a funny story that I have with Pat, and that was hilarious. And it's right there unfolding in the footage for people to see that forever. The third round ending with him versus Verb.
Space, you got that round? Space. It's the second round, right?
With Danny.
Second round with Danny. Yeah.
The second round with Danny. But yeah, man. And speaking of his third round with Ave Verb, like I was saying earlier, where I always paid attention to not just his joking side, but the fact that he always had a message and a lot of gems in his rounds as well. His third round versus Ave Verb was kind of one of those as well. And I don't want to just focus on RBE battles. He does that a lot. But like he had this whole angle about fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? Where he was just talking about, you know, being there for your children and not being a deadbeat or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like similar to the classic punchline that we're going to see versus Danny, that second round, some type of angle about fatherhood and doing the right thing as a parent. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that he has children and he still actually carried that message off, you know, in entertainment in his rounds as well. It just brings everything full circle of what this man was about. Yeah, of what he was about, man. It's just dope, man. That type of stuff is going to live on in his legacy forever.
Facts. Rest in peace, Pat State, man.
Rest in peace, Pat.
We all set, Space? We all set? All right. This is the second round from Pat State versus Danny Myers. It's hilarious. Check him out. If this is your first time seeing Pat State, get ready.
I want to teach them, that's it, okay? I need you to listen to me. I'm not doing all that lyrical shit this round. I'm going to spit that shit. You got to go home, look in the mirror to think about it. See, when you think your rhymes go over people's heads, it makes you so smart and technical. No, that makes you dumb for not being able to make the shit more accessible. I want to teach them, that's it, okay? Sorry. Turn it up. You hear what shit? I'm not doing all that lyrical shit. More, can you hear me? More accessible. In a verse jam packed with punchlines doesn't mean that it's well written. Calico had more punches than Lux did, but with Lux it just felt different, you know? I'm not saying you whack, I'm just saying you're boring. I'm a man of many hats. And you're sway in the morning, but no dames come to your show. Listen to me, okay? Sway in the morning, but no dames come to your show. Your punches are dope, but you're only appealing to one demographic. You're something you're gross. See, you came here to get lyrical. I came here to embarrass you. You want to hear the truth, old man? Let me make this clear to you. The reason so many people no-show you is not because they're scared of you. It's because they just don't respect you enough to actually prepare for you. Surfback's out on Solomon, and the fans won't let him live with it. 20 people back out on him? Danny Myers, who gives a shit? So fuck them bars you gotta Google to figure out. I spit that shit, you gotta go home, look in the mirror and think about. You just an everyday rapper. My bars sever brain matter. I'll say some shit to make you go home and pass out resumes after. See, you nice with the pen, but a pencil penetrates fast. Stab you in the heart, it starts to twist so hard that it sharpens it and flip it the other way backwards if you try to make this a race matter, bitch. Right? Do you really think you're one of the best? Why ain't you popping? Who's holding you back? The Illuminati? If you were really one of the best, they would have put you in the movie Body, but you don't see the big picture. A pro when you shoot the shotty, but the real tools that you have, you don't know how to use them properly. You just out here shooting zombies. And what I basically just said If you're not aiming for a head, then you're just wasting all your lead. See, you got 2 arms. Just listen, man. I'm more than a rapper. If you're not aiming for a head, then you're just wasting all your lead. Yeah, you got 2 arms up, but you just chasing something dead. Use your brains. Take it from me before it gets taken from them. But hey, either way, with me, you a walking dead man. And I'ma keep on pushing you back like LeBron when he rocked the headband. We almost around 3, and it's already off with the head, man. And I didn't even have to mention your 10 kids or that 12 grand. But damn. Come on, 10 kids? That bitch be missing periods like a run-on sentence, and I heard it. And I heard he got an 11th coming. Figured he learned a lesson from it. Maybe all your opponents pulling out last minute were trying to tell you something. I see you, Peach Panther. Hey, hold up. Nanny Myers. Most inconsistent Plan B buyer. Could change a diaper with his hands behind him. Trying to convince the fans he's violent. You soft as a flower. Danny lying. Man, please. You home with, hey, he home with the kids. Family time and candy bribing. Babies climbing all on him and their jammies crying to Bambi dying. Yeah, you be running the streets. Double backpack, twin strollers, and one on a leash. Man, be quiet. Yeah, you be running the streets. Double backpack, twin strollers, and one on a leash. Man, be quiet. And you living the fam life, getting all damn hype. Relax. You gonna pull out and bust? Yeah, right. Okay. Oh God. Right? I got that shit on my alarm clock. Ain't snoozing through that shit. Shit'll make your heart stop. I ain't been late for work once. 45 minutes early. The irony. Because the 45 will diminish your every dream. Shut up. You're 45 and obnoxious. Time. Let's go.
Yo.
When you come in for your performance health assessment, we're going to take
all
a very...
those little pockets that he did.
Yo.
I only remember the main haymakers.
Yo.
You gonna pull out and bust? Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
You man taking change a baby diaper with his hands tied behind him.
Yo.
Yeah, you in the streets.
Yo. That was different, man.
Man, listen, and there's still gems in there. Like he's still trying to make a certain type of message. Like even though it's one of our goats, man.
Yeah, facts.
One of our goats.
ARP, I want to thank you for pulling up, bro.
Nah, anytime, man. Once again, salute to you for putting this together. For Pat, one of our goats. Big rest in peace to Pat Stay. Condolences to his friends and his family. And all the fans, all the community, not just the battle rap community, but the hip hop community. Keep sharing that GoFundMe. Keep spreading his legacy. Keep sharing his clips. Keep reminding his family how much he will be missed. Condolences once again. We'll miss you, Big Pat. Real talk. You already know. Rest in peace, big guy.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. I got two of my guys in here. One of the most controversial moments in Pat's career, and someone that helped to grow the battle rap community in Canada, where Pat was from. Bishop Brigante and Marv One in the building. What up, y'all?
Yeah. What up? What up? What up?
What's good? Bishop, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Love you guys, man, for real.
Yeah,
Love you too, man. Love you too, man.
Fuck. You want to talk, Marv?
I can't.
I
Yeah.
can't.
I just love hearing everybody talk about him and fucking and all the recognition and all the love and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't really like. I don't really know. Yeah, like you'd think that you know Canadians are like fucking in shambles, like the whole world is in shambles about this shit, and like as far as myself, like I love Pat since the day I fucking met the guy. I thought he was fucking unbelievable. I thought he was the scariest thing.
Well, tell me about that. When did you meet?
I met him battling Bartone. If Bartone was first or HFK, one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching him battle Bartone and thinking, yo, this guy is fucking hilarious. And it was a different kind of hilarious. Listen, I didn't know nothing about the Elements League. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know about that.
Right.
I know when I met him and I watched him battle, I said, this guy is fucking incredible. And I remember saying that to him, like, yo, this motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember he said something about leapfrogging or lily pad or some shit. It's just, it wasn't even always just about like certain punches. It was just like the cadence, the delivery, the funny. It was just different, right? And then he battled HFK. Forgive me if I'm backwards on that, whatever, right? And then he battled Hollahan. And that was like, okay, Hollahan is like, he was the man. He was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And to see that controversial matchup even get put together based on like something that Hollow said in his battle, like he writes all the Pat Station. So to be front and center for that was seeing Pat like not just battling some whatever. He was battling to destroy his opponent and to fucking really battle.
Right.
And that's when I said, yo, all cards on the table. This guy's a star. This guy has every possible element to become what he became.
Right.
Listen, let me explain something to you right now. I did not know Arsenal. I didn't know him. But all I remember sitting in my room and I was watching these Fight Club things and I kept saying, this dude cannot battle anybody that's like, you know what I mean? I'm not like, it couldn't be just anybody. I felt he needed to transcend what was happening, what he had already done over there and what he was doing currently. It was like, nah. I got on the phone with a bunch of y'all and got in touch with Arsenal.
Right.
Arsenal could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first international battle that Arsenal did. And I believe it's the first international battle that Pat did.
Right.
And for both of them to watch that shit go down. And I was talking about this with Solomon today and the dynamic of it, because Pat Stay was from, when he was in the Elements League, they were doing the 3 rounds and that's what it was. And then he became the king of the dot and it was 3 rounds and that's what it was. So the controversial thing that happened in Pat's battle with Ars was so excited to be in Canada. He was like, this is nothing like I've done before.
Right.
The energy is crazy. And he's like, yo, I want to go more rounds. Let's put on a show, because I'm from the Fight Club thing. I'm from like where it's like, we got to have all these rounds prepared, because it could go down to 6 rounds if it got to. You know what it is.
Right.
So he's from that cloth.
Right.
Pat's a fucking killer, but he's a contained killer with the 3 rounds.
Right.
So Pat's like, man, I ain't going no far. Fuck out of here. I'm done with this shit. And Arsenal, you know, and it was a spectacle because, you know, Pat walked off from him, and Arsenal was standing in the ring like, yo, what a battle. But whatever.
Right.
To see where both of them went after all of that, to me was like, it's just transcends the culture with what Arsenal did, becoming the highest view battler and just globe trotting around the world, and Pat Stay just continuously progressing and getting just becoming the icon that he is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I remember Organic and me was sitting there, and Avi and we were just like, this guy is fucking incredible, and he had to battle people that were considered better to make those steps up that ladder.
Right. Well, to us, he was Mr. Canada.
Right. But
you know,
number one.
He was the guy in Canada that you go up there, you got to see him. You know what I'm saying?
Number one. But no questions asked. I believe that everybody has a certain thing that makes them. Like Bender is a king, right? Mm-hmm. God bless. But Bender, and no, that's not a but. Bender is a king, and he was like a lyrical monster. Like he would be considered like the guy, you know, the how do I put this the right way? Like he would be like, he was the lyrical rapper. Monster, right? That's his crown.
Right.
Sharon is a freestyle monster. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in Canada has this element. Pat Stay had it all.
Everything.
He was hilarious. He was ignorant. He was mean. He was nice. He was intelligent. He was dumb. He was everything you could think of to make him the greatest of all time. And as far as I'm concerned, and I've like for years, I've tweeted about it. I've fucking talked about it. I've had the best conversations in my life with him. I've had my ups with him. I've had my downs with him. And we became, throughout all these years, to be incredible friends with something that just transcended music, battle rap, into fatherhood and into greatness, and just sharing so much comedy, man. The guy is just relentlessly the funniest guy you've ever met. And I gotta end that. I gotta end that like I don't even like see, this is where I get fucked up, because I don't even this doesn't seem like something, you know, you think about the greats and then and they're your friends. So I feel when Sean Price died. So I felt when PH died.
Right.
And like this is disgusting. It's not like I now see this love and everything turns to anger and upset. And now I don't even want to be on the screen because I'm getting emotional.
No, but I understand it, bro. We supposed to get upset, but at the same time, we supposed to celebrate everything that he did do. You know what I mean?
You know what? Everybody that I met in this culture, every single, like, there's so many great people I've met in this culture for the fucking 20 years I've been a part of it. And, you know, I believe everybody, and I mean it when I say it to anybody, when we say we love each other, like, people have to understand that this is like, we're heartbroken. Every single time this happens, we're heartbroken. And because we love each other, we say the meanest shit to each other, but we love each other. And if anything I want to convey is that thing that Pat Stay said, like literally fucking days before he passed, was that you got to tell somebody how much you love them.
You got to treat people like you know that their days are numbered.
Exactly, and
which was real uncanny for him to post that a couple days before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, and I don't want to fucking be that guy right now and hear whatever, but I know what he meant to us at King of the Dot. I know Gannick's destroyed. I know Gully's destroyed. I'm destroyed, and we just pray for his son. We pray for his lady and
Melissa,
his daughter.
Play for Calvin. Pray for
his
Laura.
brother, his friends.
Yeah.
And you know what? I know that, Littles is greeted him for sure, and his mom. Fuck,
right.
I'm done. I don't.
It's right, bro. Take a second, bro. Take a second.
And you know what? We gave him his flowers. He knew he was great.
He knew he was great.
He knew he was great because he was.
Yeah.
He was.
Facts. Marv.
He was, man. Marv, you're a fucking goat, man. You're a goat, man.
Nah. Look,
love
man.
You, Marv.
I love you too, bro.
I love you, man.
I love you, bro.
You know, this is because there was a Pat Stay triangle between us.
Mm-hmm.
Where I used the Pat Stay angle on you. And then like a couple months after, I was standing in front of him. It's crazy.
You know what though? Like there were a lot of great people who came from over there. But
right.
we all knew like it was Pat. Pat was one, and anybody else could fill the other spots. That's no disrespect. Because there's great people from over there. Benders, Lopesci, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was great people over there. But we all knew, like, if you could get a match with Pat, like, that was the payoff.
That was
the payoff. You know what I'm saying? And that was, like, Pat was my man. Like, Pat was, like, that was my guy, man. And it just, like, we had our issue, and we had our battle, which I hate watching now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's super cringy.
Right.
It's super fucking cringy.
Right.
And I know where it almost went. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm glad it didn't. And outside of battle rap, I'm very happy that I got to tell him how proud of him I was as a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the miracle of battle rap is we say horrible things to each other, but we connect on, like, you know, he'll be on the same card that you're on. We see each other. We're like, these are our peers. You know what I'm saying? And you get to talking and you get to know people, and you know, you just become like, yo, that's the homie. You know what I mean?
But look, but that was my guy before we battled though. Like, I was a big fan of his. Like, I made no bones about saying it publicly. Like, I was like, oh, he's done everything. Like, he's everything I am, but turned up a notch. You know what I'm saying? And it just, you know, pride gets in the way, and, you know, everybody has to feel that they have to prove that they're the alpha, and, you know, you end up in spots a lot of times where people can't come back from. I'm just very happy that we were able to come back from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, like, I was super proud of him. I'm super glad that the world got to see how much of a star, you know what I'm saying, he really, really was, man. Like, the only thing we always told him was, like, bro, you don't have to do anything else but be you. Like, that's legit. That's legit enough, bro.
Right.
That's legit enough. And, you know, I'm super honored that I was able to be a part of that legacy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm super sad for his kids, because I know how much he really, really, really adored his kids. And I'm glad I got to tell him that. You know what I'm saying? So
thank you.
It's a blow for sure. Yeah. It's a blow to the community.
Yo, honestly, when I heard the news, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that shit.
Look, let me tell you, I was literally landing, coming back from watching A Ward and Rum Nitty battle. I was on the early flight. I was on the early flight home. I ain't even get the Wi-Fi. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to sleep. And I woke up and turned my fucking data back on, and my shit just blew up. And I read it like, what? I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I was like, this is bullshit.
Action to like, this ain't real.
Yeah. But you know what put me in a very fucked up space is once I realized it was real, you know what I'm saying? And I started to grieve, and I felt like I compartmentalized it, you know what I'm saying? Because we hear it so much, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily with him, but I'm just saying, like, as a people, like, we lose so many of our friends, of our peers, of our families, whether it's natural causes or not. And I was numb for like the first day, like, for sure. Like, I was kind of out of it, but I was trying to be as business as usual as possible because that's what I know. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. And like, it really, really hit me when I saw the pouring of love from all of the battle rappers.
Yeah.
Like, whether they stood in front of them or not, like, just knowing.
Not just the battle rappers. It wasn't just a battle. Like, they were saying rest in peace, Pat, on wrestling, on sports networks, on, like, you don't realize who's in those cliques. You know what I'm saying? And who's really a fan, unless they reach out and they let you know. But sometimes, like, it be people all over the world, some people that are in the highest places, and they're huge fans, you know. And I'm
definitely. I'm still one of his biggest fans. I'm still one of his biggest supporters. Yeah. I hope, you know what I'm saying? I hope that people understand that he belongs in the conversation of the greatest, like, legit.
Right.
He was legitimately the face of a scene for an entire country. Like it wasn't close.
Speaking of greats, Space, can you pull up those videos? There were a couple people hit me up who kind of wanted to just say their piece on this. Space, you got them pulled up? All right, we're gonna run to that. My verse, I see you.
Look, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna cut out, man. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak. You know what I'm saying? I love all y'all, man. Please stay safe.
Send me some beats. Send me some beats, Marv.
I'm on it.
All right, love you, bro.
All right, later.
All right, let's go to those videos, Space. We'll be right back.
Yo, Math, I'm gonna cut, bro.
You gonna cut? Love.
Yeah, I love you, man. I love you, and I love everybody that's continuing showing the love. Long live Pat Stay, King Pat Stay. My verse, nothing but love, man. And yeah, that's it, man. Okay. Love y'all, man.
What's up, everybody? This is Wyclef Jean. First of all, I want to give my condolences to Alora and Calvin. Your father, Pat Stay, he was a hero to many, including myself. I came up in the battle rap culture, you know, coming from Haiti and learning how to flip the English language and then using it as a tool to, like, advance the culture. To me, every time I watch Pat Stay battles, it always inspired. That wordsmith, the cleverness, the swag. One of my favorite battles is Pat and of course Suge. That was one of my favorites. The back and forth, it was like playing a chess game. But I would say for me, one of the greatest things that I get every time I watch a Pat Stay battle is the cleverness of the rebuttals and how he's able to pull you in, and just chameleon. Like, he could literally take your style and throw it back up against you. And the wear is definitely very clean. So I know Pat stays in heaven. I definitely wanted to take this time out because for me, as someone who loves the culture, you already know that, man. So My condolences to his entire family. And of course, everybody, let's make a donation to his family. So I want to start off by, of course, as Wyclef Jean, committing to a donation to the family. So everybody, let's participate and let's do that. And thank you, Math, for giving me that phone call. I appreciate you too. Keep the culture moving forward, and you as a leader, keep inspiring us. And again, Pat Stay Forever, Wyclef Show.
What up, y'all? This is Method Man. I had to take time out of my busy schedule to do this, and it was most necessary. I'm shooting a movie in Bogota right now, but I had to take a little time out and pick up my boy Pat Stay, one of my favorite battle rappers. You know, had love for this guy, wanted to hang out with him, didn't find the time to do it. I did get to briefly speak to him a couple of times, and he was solid, very solid, man. Gone way too soon. This is whack as fuck. I hate doing shit like this, man, but it's necessary. Nova Scotia, y'all lost a real one, man.
Yeah, what's up? It's your boy Joel Ortiz, and right now I want to take the time to say rest in peace to the rap battle legend Pat Stay. I never got a chance to tell you this, but you're actually one of my favorite battle rappers. I knew once I tuned into one of your battles, I would hear some comedy that would make me laugh, and then I hear some bars that make me go, nice. The battle rap community, my condolences. I know this is a huge loss for y'all. And the hip hop community, we taking a loss as well, because Pat Stay, you was one of the elite MCs. So my condolences to the whole Stay family. And Pat, you know, just know that you're gonna live on forever, my G. That's your rhymes, that's your battles, that's your presence, that's your personality, that's your slogans. Look at you go. Yawa.
We back? Yeah, y'all. Again, this is a tribute to Pat Stay. I'm encouraging everybody, if you were a fan of Pat Stay, if you were a fan of me, you know, I started in battle rap. Battle rap was where I made my bones, where everybody got to know me. And though I've continued into other things, I never forgot that battle rap was where I came from. And I felt like it was real important to do this for Pat Stay because he was one of the greats. Right now, we got one of the queens in the culture. Verse, what up?
Hey, what's up, family? First off, I want to say I love you. And
love you too.
You know what I mean? You are one of the greatest out here, and you're a staple in this. And yeah, we just don't want it to be, like I said, you want to give people their flowers when they're here. And I don't know, you know, people, if we talk to each other enough, you know what I mean, as battlers, and we're always busy as artists, that I don't think we take the time out to
get on your case for that. I get on your case for that.
I know.
I do. But it's all good. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Pat Stay. Like, he's an energy that is unmatched. And I don't want to like get emotional and stuff, because, you know, I've been processing this since I heard about it, you know. It's just, it's like, he's such a good person.
You don't expect it. You really don't expect it.
He's such a good, like, you know, his light was unmatched. So yeah. He's one of my favorites. I'm so honored I could see one of his last performances, which was the compliment battle.
Right.
And a lot of people reached out and were like, yo, you look like you was having mad fun. And I was like, he's one of my favorites. You know what I mean? I've seen, you know, sometimes people kind of rotate their top fives and stuff, but like, he's always been in my top five, one of my favorites, one of the best, well-rounded. Like, he could talk to your soul and make it a joke at the same time, and then make you not feel bad about being a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, it's cool, man. So he was just one of those cats that like so funny and like.
Yeah, I when I battled Pat, I was not prepared. I was not prepared for what he was gonna do. I had no idea. Like, you know, the humor. You know, I was trying my best not to laugh at his jokes.
Yeah.
But looking back, I was looking back at that battle recently and dying because I was like, yo, how did this guy?
How do you know what I mean? He just did it with such class. You know what I mean? He did it with class. He did it to where it's okay to not take it as serious. Don't be so serious. You know what I mean? Like enjoy life, enjoy your moment. I know meeting him in person, like so the first time I met him was unfortunately his last performance. You know, he told me, he was like, you know, I don't know why these battle rappers are just so like
angry,
hardcore all the time. Like,
yeah, right,
relax,
right,
bro. You know, just relax.
Yeah, that was his thing.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, Pat was one of them dudes, and you know, you recently like it's funny, like when you called me for this, I was in the middle of writing, and then like I was like, for some reason I have this thing where like, you know, when people pass, I always like to just kind of like talk to them. It's almost like talking to their energy, and like I'm like, is there, you know, have your message has been said? Was your message said? Did you say everything that you wanted to say? You know, tell me, you know, or just not tell, you know what I mean? Like just inspire me to say your message. And then you call me. So it was like, it was just a whole lot. It was really trippy. Like when you called me, I was like, what? What's going on?
That's that frequency. I'm not gonna lie, I did the same thing when I really started the process that he was gone. You know, I was sitting in my room and I'm just thinking about it, and I just heard Pat saying, Mav, stop being a wuss. And I just started laughing to myself.
Right. Exactly. Like he would say that.
Right, like that unreasonable Rob.
He's like, look at you. Stop crying like a girl. And I'll be like, I am a girl.
This guy's a gangster. Like, he's a gangster.
You know? And he was always just like that. That was him, you know, even in spirit. That's the message that he always wanted was don't take yourself so serious. You know what I mean?
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself. Laugh.
I've never seen in all the times that in all the battles that he's had, I've never seen him under pressure.
Right. Like relaxed, charismatic, like took up the space in the room. You know what I mean? Took up the space in a room, and you know, to even like, you know, me and Pat had talked about battling, and I think that's what, you know, it is triggering for me too, because it's one of those where it's like, yo, you like, there was so much left for him to do, you know?
I wanted to do a TV show with him where we're like two dirty cops. You know what I mean? Like,
hilarious.
That would have been great, but you
hilarious.
know.
Oh my God, that would have been great. Yes.
Yeah.
Like Lethal Weapon type.
Yeah, but just Lethal Weapon, but with dirty cops. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, that would have been good. Like he just such creativity, and he resonated every time he was in a room, and yeah, man, just captivating, very captivating.
And one thing I want to say about him is he never hesitated to reach out if he felt like you were going through something.
Yep. And had your back, and would have your back. Facts. You know what I mean? When everybody else is saying some shit, he's like, but wait, let's relook at this. You know what I mean? Because you're kind of talking in a space where it's not logical, it's not rational, doesn't make sense. And like, he was one that was he was unreasonable Rob, but he was very reasonable Pat. You know what I mean?
Very reasonable.
You know what I mean? Like he was, and even in his artistry, you know what I mean? He always made sure that he had a message and a point to bring it back home. And it was positivity, man. It was so much positivity that he exuded. Yeah, like just all his.
We're gonna miss you, bro.
He's gonna be truly missed, and Battle Rap is gonna be so boring without him. It's gonna be so boring because he was. I'm still processing that we're not going to see another battle, you know? So it's like, I'm just going to keep watching all the ones that he did. You know, this inspires me as an artist to be like, yo, put your art out there.
Yeah.
Put your art out there. Don't be afraid. Put your art out there. Don't, you know what I mean? Be bold about your art, because that's what you're leaving behind. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I think sometime this weekend I'm gonna just have a Pat Stay marathon.
Please.
You know? Yeah.
Please. Yeah. Please do. Yeah, man. But Matt, thank you so much for having me here. I'm sorry, I had to cry. I had to be the one to let it go, because that cleans
in a wuss, my bro.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry.
Right.
This is for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Love.
you.
I'm just being vulnerable. Okay, bye.
As y'all can see, man, he was loved. He was loved by a lot of people. And like I said, if you weren't familiar with Pat Stay, but you got love for me or you know what I do, click that link that's in the chat. Donate to his family. You know, put that good energy out there. Put that good energy out there. And once again, I want to shout out his lady Melissa. I want to shout out his son, his daughter, his family. My deepest condolences to you guys. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what you guys may be going through. But I'm hoping the support that you're receiving will be enough to get you through this. But shout out to you guys. Boy. You know, I just hope that that we can find ways to support each other while we're still here. You know, like it's unfortunate that all this love and support, he couldn't receive it. Well, like I said, click that link, donate to his family. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I guess Space, you know, run the picture, and we'll just clock out from there. All right. Salute to everyone.
I see you on the other side. I see you on the other side. I see you on the other side.
I see you on the other side. What's love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other side.
Rest in peace to the real ones. Rest in peace to the real ones. Tap the top and I spill, son. So it's gonna be love, you know the deal, son. Rest in peace to the real ones. Rest in peace to the real ones. Tap the top and I spill some. So it's gonna be love, you know the deal, son. Young niggas love to say that's an old nigga, but if you make it to that age, you a cold nigga. Don't forsake all the wisdom you can hold, nigga. Long life and longevity's the goal, nigga. Yeah, I made it through my 30s, we could top that shit. That's why I'm grateful every day, life could stop that quick. Imagine if Big and Tupac could pop that shit. Tell Dirk and Young Boy they need to stop that shit. This our culture, right? We ain't supposed to fight. I lost a lot of real ones, I took the ghost at night. Rest in peace, X, Nip, and Young Dolph. Tears when I record, but there ain't no love lost, of course.
I see you on the other side. What's love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other other side.
Everything that I say, real as Mac Dre. Every day I go hard as Hollywood play. Treat the whole world like it's downtown Brooklyn. Reppin' for my niggas that passed and got tooken. Got a few situations still bothering me. From the days I used to rob, I be out in the spree. My man YB said nobody hotter than me. Put the street shit aside, you a problem to be. That was a problem for me. Nigga, I been a G. I'm about to stake out the plug and go plot on the key. He got killed in a robbery. And this year his only son got his college degree. Question why I go hard, cause Lord, I'm so scarred. On the day I heard he passed, I bawled and wrote bars. That's why snow in New York is so priceless to me. My man throwing down ice for the nicest MC, YB.
I see you on the other side. What's love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other side. I see you on the other side. What's love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other side. I see you on the other side. What's love if it's nullified by another lie? It's just another lullaby. I don't wanna cry. I'll see you on the other side.